Howdy everyone, tis I, Chrissy Girl, and today I will be tackling a new playthrough, and it's kind of already obvious what I'm tackling, because of the alien that was doing a little jig earlier. Oh yes, Sonic Colors. What can I say about this game? I mean, it's a great game, it's got to be said. Sonic was going through this point where he wasn't doing very well in terms of games. Sonic Unleashed came out, and it was a good game, but it wasn't anything that was like, oh my god, amazing, have to play it kind of thing. And then this came out, and it took everything that Sonic Unleashed did right and just incorporated it into this game. And as you can see, there are aliens. They look like little squids in different colours. But they go inside Sonic and grant him special powers. This is the game's gimmick, and it's actually a really darn good gimmick. It's not one of those gimmicks that feels like it interferes with the game. It's not one of those gimmicks that disrupts the flow for me. It's not one of those gimmicks that just makes me want to go, oh, why did they fucking add this? They did not need to add this, blah blah blah. I mean, I'm probably not one of the people who... I know that there are people who feel the opposite way. That would probably be the best way to say it, but I love this game. I think it's a fantastic game. This is where Sonic really started getting things right, in terms of console games at least. Sonic Colors also had a DS game, but in all honesty I didn't feel as positive towards the DS game. I mean, the DS game wasn't bad by any means, it just wasn't my favourite. Anyway, this is the first act of the first zone in the game, Tropical Resort, and it's fucking awesome! Oh, I love the music for Act 1! Only because I'm boosting, it kind of cuts the music down a bit and distorts it almost. But, I kind of like that effect, but at the same time, this music is awesome. It goes without saying. The music in this game is absolutely incredible. And this is easily my favourite track in the game. Oh, and probably worth mentioning it now, I wasn't too keen on Reach for the Stars. Not initially. I don't hate it, but it's just not my favourite theme in a Sonic game. See, I love this soundtrack because it's pretty even, it's not all rock, it's got like a mixture of sounds, and a lot of the tracks do sound like they would be the sort of tracks you would find in a Mega Drive game, obviously, with upgraded instruments and everything, so it's not like retro style. Probably also worth noting I am playing the game with the Wii Remote because I'm playing this on my Wii U. Normally in the past I would have played this with a GameCube controller because I love the GameCube controller, but as it is, I transferred all my Wii stuff over to the Wii U, and I no longer have, well, the Wii's in the house still, but it's not mine, so to speak. So, I'm playing this on my Wii U, and I'm pretty darn sure there is no way to play a game, connect a GameCube controller to it, which is one of the few disappointing aspects I have about the Wii U. But I can live. It just means having to adjust to the control. With the games I used to play with the GameCube controller, I just have to adjust using classic controller or the Wii Remote. Not looking forward to doing bloody Sonic Rider Zero Gravity in that case, because I've always played that game with the GameCube controller, because I've never ever got the hang of using the Wii Remote. And there is no classic controller support in that game, which is bullshit. Anyway, there are about 3 different remixes for each zone, in terms of act music, because there's 6 acts, I should say, not 6 zones, 6 acts. And it's also worth noting that the if you listen carefully throughout the stages, you probably won't hear it so much here. You'll hear Eggman like doing like these announcements, and they are really fucking funny if you listen to them, because they're just random. It works. I do apologise about, you know, if the graphics are kind of meh. I'm just like playing this with the capture technology that I have. I have to make do with what I've got, you know. I find it funny how, you know, Eggman wants Sonic to turn himself in. Yeah, you really expect that to be that easy, do you? Anyway, you'll probably notice that there's these red rings throughout the level. If you collect all 5 within one level, I believe it, you know, the more red rings you collect, then you'll soon be able to access the Eggman Simulator or something, and you'll be able to get Chaos Emeralds, which enables Super Sonic to be playable in the stages. It's a fucking miracle, isn't it? Fans have been clamouring for Super Sonic to be playable in stages for forever, and then within the same year, Sonic 4 Episode 1 and Sonic Colors comes out and, you know, makes Super Sonic playable again. It's fantastic. Though I won't be going after the emeralds because there's no real need to collect them.
Welcome to Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park, where you can enjoy 5 planets for the price of 1.
He loves to hear his own lips flap, but I gotta hand it to the Eggster. This place is epic. Everyone and their brother is gonna want to come here.
No doubt, but now I'm not sure why we're here. This place looks totally harmless.
Because Eggman plus secretly built amusement park equals evil plot for us to foil. Lucky for us, he's not very good at keeping things hidden.
True, it would be pretty hard to miss a giant floating space amusement park surrounded by planets. Still, an evil plot? I don't know.
Wow! Plot or not, you can't be mad at this view. This place has taken beauty to the next level. I'm just surprised that it was so easy to sneak in here.
I wouldn't say it was that easy.
Hello, happy people. Buckle up as Eggman's ultra-accelerating space elevator whisks you to an interplanetary wonderland of fun.
I can't believe somebody was dumb enough to leave the keys in this thing. It's like Eggman's begging us to sneak in and trash the place.
Oh man, this thing's got crazy fast acceleration.
You call this fast?
This amusement park has been constructed entirely out of a sense of remorse for my past transgressions, and is in no way associated with any sort of evil plot or premeditated misdeeds.
Well, that's a relief.
Just thinking about it makes my head feel like it wants to... Huh?
Your voice chip is stuck on Cowboy again. Stop talking and met those aliens.
Come on, here, you little varmints. Come back here. Get you.
I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm sure of what I'm gonna do.
Huh?
Hey, what's going on? Huh? Whoa!
Okay, so I think it's about time I started a new save file. I deleted all my save files off by accident, which kind of peed me off a little bit, but hey ho, I can beat this game easily enough. So, here we go. Sonic, of course, because Sonic's the best character in the world. Okay, so, okay, now we're at the area map. There's really nothing much to this. It's just like, you know, you should go from level to level and repeat levels if you want to. Anyway, Act 3 is where the Wisp power-ups start coming into play, and sidestepping, which is actually quite easy in this game. Anyway, yeah. I have to say it, I love the writing in this game. I think the writing is really darn good. Even if the story's kind of goofy, the writing just more than makes up for it. It's funny, and it really brings out the characters' personalities, and you know, you actually get to see the relationship the characters have with each other. It's not like Sonic Generations where it's just kind of like which oddly enough is by the same writers of this game. This game just did a fantastic job. If I struggle with the Wisp power-up, it has everything to do with the fact that my Wii remote is a little unresponsive, and I really need to shake it hard to get a response out of it nowadays. Maybe I should just consider using my Wii Remote Plus, but maybe next time when I continue recording the game I'll do that. I'm not going to record the whole lot in one swoop. Anyway, yeah, I love the character interactions in this game. I love the way that the story has been written, and oh my god, I love the voice acting. It's got to be said. Bar from like a couple of exceptions, I think this is probably the best voice cast the Sonic series has had in years. Sonic, he sounds really cocky and cool. His personality's really kind of coming out more, I think. And that's more so with like than what it did with Ryan Drummond and Jason Griffith. For me personally, I enjoyed those two actors' presentations to the character. Well, they had their bad games, but you know, doesn't most people. See, that was me shaking the remote and it responded really late, so that's why I didn't get where I wanted to go. But yeah, oh god. I really like the personality that Roger Craig Smith brings out in Sonic now. It just, you know, he's not just a hero out to save the day. He is a genuinely cocky bastard, and that's the way I've always seen Sonic. I just think fantastic voice for Sonic, fits him so well, in my opinion. Tails is also massively improved. Tails is voiced by Kate Higgins now, and Tails actually sounds like a little boy, like, all the time now. I mean, Amy Pallant sometimes did a good job with Tails and made him sound like a boy, but a lot of the time there were also times when she would make him sound, you know, a little bit girly. Whereas, you know, Kate Higgins makes Tails sound like a boy from start to finish. I definitely think it's Tails' best voice. And Mike Pollock returns to play Eggman, which I was really happy about, because, you know, no one can replace Mike Pollock as Eggman, not now that I've heard him. Fantastic voice for Eggman. Anyway, some of the acts are really short, it's worth noting that. But yeah, on the whole, love the writing, love the voice acting in this game. I'll probably talk about the rest of the voice cast later on, but for the time being, I'm just going to talk about the ones that appeared in this game. Extra life, yay!
Now let me see. Gotta connect the Framastatic capacitor to the maximizing modulationizer. I wish I knew what you were saying, little guy, or gal, or whatever you are.
Whoa! Oh man, that was crazy!
Oh, I was reconfiguring my handheld into a translator so I can understand this guy. Did you go somewhere?
Didn't you see? I absorbed those aliens and got powered up with, like, some kind of wild energy. And after a few seconds, they'd pop out of me.
I find that hard to believe.
Huh? Okay, seriously? We need to find Eggman and figure out how catching these aliens fits into whatever heinous plan he's hatching.
And wreck that plan, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much how we spend our time.
It's gotta be said, I love the interaction between Sonic and Tails. Just best I've ever seen it. Anyway, Act 5 of Tropical Resort. There are, like I said before, there are 6 acts in total, but apart from like 1 or 2, they aren't exactly really long. So here I am shaking my remote, and it's taken a while to get it to respond. Like I said, I will probably be... Oh, see what I mean? That wasn't necessarily me shaking my remote, it was just... I was so startled by the fact that it actually responded that I ended up going flying. Because I didn't have enough time to aim to where I wanted to go. So, you know, when I record this game next, I'm just going to use my Motion Plus controller, because at least that will actually respond a lot better. The Wii Remote works, it's just sometimes shaking it isn't always very responsive. Maybe it's just this game, maybe it's just my experience, you know, maybe it's just because it's old and, you know, things do tend to not work as well over time, but, you know, it still sort of responds. It just takes a bit of shaking to get it to respond. Anyway, this power-up is the laser, and as you can see, it just kind of sends Sonic flying, and you can, like, go a specific route if he hits, like, the diamonds, or there's, like, parts, like, things in the wall where he could go through if he used the laser on that. That didn't quite work out then. In all honesty, I don't really care. Because if there's an alternate route, I'll take it. I don't particularly mind too much about... I don't particularly mind too much about anything else. See, really, really short. But if you get an A rank, then at the you know, the screen where they rank you and everything, they will give you 1 extra life. If you get the S rank, which is the best rank, the game will give you 3 lives, which is very generous. But if you jump into the numbers enough, you might be able to snag another life that way. So you shouldn't worry too much about running out of lives in this game. Anyway, this is another really, really short act. I forgot to mention that Sonic has a double jump in this game, which enables him to, you know, I suppose in a way it enables you to control your jumps just that little bit better. I do think the controls are okay for the most part, but there are times when I do admittedly struggle, like with smaller platforms. Like they don't feel... They feel tight, but not quite tight enough when it comes to landing on smaller platforms. But maybe maybe that's just me. And as you can probably hear, we're already at the end. There's the gold ring already up there. It doesn't take long. Look, if this level takes you any time at all, it'll probably be just because you're collecting the red rings and not because the level's in any way hard. And yet I've still got a bloody D rank. I mean, I'm not bothered. I'm just playing this game to have fun with it, not to, you know, try and prove something. So a lot of my ranks are probably going to be really subpar and unimpressive. Okay. Boss time.
23, 24, 25... Ah! Not nearly enough aliens!
Want us to get more?
No, I want you to get me a cheeseburger and a shake. That'll be easier. Cheeseburgers don't run as fast as them little alien varmints. Idiot, get me more aliens! Y'all want fries with that? I reckon that hurt a bit. Wait a minute, I need to go over yonder. Sorry. Precious little aliens! I'll harness their hyper-go-on power, and then nothing will stop me. I know I say that every time, but this time, really, nothing will stop me.
Boss?
What? Sonic!
Who are you calling nothing?
He means since the boss said nothing will stop me, and Sonic here is going to stop him, it's like the boss was calling Sonic nothing.
Great! I thought nobody would get that.
Fine. You're so smart, robot. You take care of this mess. Release the big boy. At least I know he won't screw it up. Hasta la bye-bye, suckers!
Guess it's time for me to start stopping.
I get it!
And of course there is going to be a boss. Why wouldn't there be? These bosses though are really, really, really easy. I can normally beat this boss really quickly. So this is probably not going to be my best run. So, yeah. The whole point is you've got to home in attack into its eye, which is right at the centre. But really there's nothing to it. Just ride up and then just home and attack into his eye. If you get a Wisp power up, then it's going to make things a lot easier. And like that, it's finished already. It always releases a ton of rings after you've beaten it as well. There is nothing to this boss. Literally, you should not have any problems. Yeah. In fact, none of the bosses in this game are really that much of a threat. I will say though, Orbot and Cubot are fucking amazing. They are fucking funny. That is the two little robots that were with Eggman. They're amazingly funny, but we'll get into seeing them more later.
Just tighten this last bolt. Oh, there you are. Where'd you run off to?
I did a little shopping, grabbed a bite to eat, and trashed a giant killer robot.
Oh, really? And they've got shopping here, too?
This place has everything. Hey, so how's your translator thingy coming along?
I think it's done. It's in binary code, so only I can read it. Okay, ask away.
Who are you, and what is happening to your people?
Okay, he says his name is Talks-a-Lot, and he's from a faraway soda, and where flowers water them with dances.
Yeah, I think your machine still has some bugs.
Yeah, I think I can figure this out, though. Okay, he said his name is Yacker. He's from a race of beings called Wisps.
Lisps?
No, Wisps, with a W.
Yeah, I'll just stick with aliens if that's okay with everybody.
Oh, sure. So anyway, they're either being used for their magical powers by an evil man, or to make underwear to be worn by Salad. You can just hear save them, over and over.
When I was running around trashing robots, I saw a map that had a couple of interesting places. I think I'll go check them out, and maybe save some aliens.
The boss man said to wrangle every piece of this mess. When you consider what we're doing from a robot's point of view, it's actually pretty gruesome.
Don't think about it.
If you say so.
I'm missing an arm. Have you got an arm?
No, but really, how much can it matter?
I guess it can't matter much.